Alright, so I am back giving you guys another update video on the Bitcoin price action. I wanted to make a quick video today just because I'm pretty confident that the bottom has come in for Bitcoin here. You know, I've been watching price action pretty closely. You know, everything's been looking real bullish here on the short term. A lot of levels are getting tapped pretty perfectly, you know, signaling that the bottom has probably come in. So I'm going to go ahead and just go over kind of what transpired here. And I think it's a really good time to be looking at the charts and how this played out, so that, you know, if you are wanting to trade crypto in the future, right, play with some leverage, you can see how price action moves and how it acts to stop out long positions, because that's what I was seeing in the charts locally here, is that it was really going for longs, really aggressively hunting long positions, right, stopping out all those positions before we go ahead and head on up to, you know, cascade, liquidate all those shorts up above us. So we're just going to go ahead, pull some pips here to start. If you remember from my last video, I said the level I wanted to get swept would have been this golden pocket that got like pixeled. How I found this was just taking a swing low, swing high of this first initial bounce, right? Everybody put their limit longs at the 618, right? They got filled perfectly. All these people that got filled during this time put their stop at entry. So that means all the stops were at this level where the dotted line is. That's your sweep level. You can see we eventually came down, took out those positions, swung back over it. And when this happened, I kind of assumed, hey, that's it. That's going to be the low for Bitcoin. But what happened, right? All the people that were like me that were like, hey, that's the low. That's it. It's swept. Let me enter a long position. So they all entered long positions here, built liquidity again at this level. Then what a Bitcoin did, it did a sweep of a sweep, right? So, you know, very common thing to happen is once you get your first sweep, Bitcoin will rally up, come back down, and make another sweep with a bullish divergence. And you saw that play out here. So as you can see, when we swept here on the RSI, you had a bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame. So that would have been my sign, like, hey, we definitely need to enter this on that sweep, right? So how you would have entered that is go up over here to the 15-minute time frame. So you would go ahead, pull the fib, swing low, swing high on that. And you'd want to enter golden pocket to 886, right? So if I was going to take a long position, right, I'm going to be putting my entry, you know, in this range. I don't know why it's a yellow box. Let's change this a little bit nicer looking for a long, right? So you enter in on this green box here, and then you have your stop at the 1, right, at 61,500. And as you can see, what it did was it went ahead and swept the 886, which is another level a lot of, you know, traders will put their stops at. A lot of professional traders will go ahead and they will go ahead and put their stop right here at the 886, right? And the reason I don't do that is because Bitcoin likes to sweep that level, right? It likes to take out long positions, and that's exactly what happened. So as you can see, right, we have the blue vectors here on an hourly, which shows that, you know, when Bitcoin first came into this golden pocket, a lot of longs got filled right there. Bitcoin then came back down, then stopped out all those positions, creating another blue vector. Then you can see when we fall under the golden pocket, you stop vectoring because all those longs are now closing out of the market and people are flipping bearish, which is why you started to reject the golden pocket. You can see we came back up and we rejected golden pocket, right, which is a bearish sign. So now you have price falling down to a lower level with everybody getting bearish. Now you have shorts on the bottom here, and you can see that if you go to order flow, everybody was shorting the bottom here, being absorbed by a whale. So essentially, one whale just went ahead, they put their 500 Bitcoin long right on this 886, because the 886 is your best risk to reward level, right? So like how I would normally take, you know, this golden pocket that I was showing you earlier, what some people will do is they'll go ahead and they'll put their position right here on the 886 with the stop at the 1, right? So really good risk to reward, but the probabilities of you actually getting filled are very low, because it's a very rare structure that we will go ahead and hit the 886 and then head on up. Usually if you're at the 886, the chances are that it's bearish and you're just going to plummet. But yeah, essentially everybody shorted this low right on the 886. All the longs got stopped out, and then off and away we go, back testing golden pocket into support, and now we're back into a bullish structure. And if we jump over here to trading light, you can actually see the exact person that entered that long on the 886. Right, so if we zoom in here to that low we were looking at on trading view, this is exactly where that 886 was, and you can see a 500 Bitcoin long limit position got filled here, while a bunch of market shorts were also being filled right into the whale that was putting in a long position. So yeah, that's the reason I love trading light here. You can see the actual positions getting filled, and you can see the person that you were trading with, right? If you were to take that long position, you could go ahead and put the same limit as this whale, and that's a way you can get really good entries. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? It's not a guarantee that if, you know, a whale is entering that he's going to be right, but you know, a lot of the time the bigger money is the smarter money, and it seems like he got filled at the pixel bottom here, right? So really cool to see that play out. And you can even see him putting in another wall. And what is this? This is a spoof. So essentially he's spoofing the order books to make sure that the bots don't bring it back down to this level. So real interesting to see that he is spoofing the order books. You know, again, that's not something that's a guarantee, right? If you have a spoof, that doesn't mean the price can't come back down, right? Especially if something that comes up in the order flow that's bearish and he removes that position, that could signal that price is going to come all the way back down and sweep lower levels. But it is, you know, definitely interesting to take note that there are spoofs in the order book. So, you know, you'd kind of think that as long as this spoof order is still in the order books, he is confident the price is not going to come back and fill that position. Whereas if he took that spoof out of the order books, it would be a warning sign that, hey, he took his position out of the order books. He is no longer confident. He has probably already exited his long position. So, you know, the fact that that wall is still in there tells me he's still in that long. He hasn't taken profits yet. He's just waiting to see what price does. So yeah, that's how kind of walls in the order books can definitely be useful. And we see it playing out in real time here, so that's really awesome. But yeah, that's all I wanted to look at in trading light here. We'll jump over back to trading view and go over some more things I've been looking at. So you can see how all that played out to create a good low, right? These lows in here were poor lows. All these wicks, poor lows. This, when we came down here, even though there are a lot of wicks at the same level, the way it happened creates a good low because it stopped out all the long positions, you know, swept the 886, did a sweep of the sweep, bullish divergence on all time frames, right? You know, you're creating this 1 hour bull trend now. So I want to see this hold. But yeah, it's looking extremely bullish right now. This is really perfect to what I wanted to see here. And if you were trading larger time frame, right, that was 15 minutes. If you just want to play it safe, right, you could have just done larger swing low to swing high, golden pocket, 2786, and would you look at that? This is another way you can trade, just doing a longer time frame. You fill your orders in this box, and you can see that it is now accepting that 618 as support, and it looks ready to go. Obviously, you know, nothing's a guarantee. You want to watch this to make sure it doesn't turn bearish. I'm sure there's still a lot of shorts right behind this wick here, so definitely possible we sweep it again, do 886 on this fib, similar to what we did here, right? That's definitely a possibility. And then there is that small chance we do a sweep of the sweep on a larger time frame, so that's just what I'd be looking at there. But yeah, the structure, in my opinion, looks bottomed. It looks ready to go, and I expect Bitcoin to really go up here with some haste and liquidate all those shorts. Now, what I want to get into is Bitcoin dominance has something very interesting. We've had this trend, you know, this goes all the way back to the 2017 bull run when all those altcoins are created, right? Dominance fell on Bitcoin, then it rallied up right before it started distributing during the 2021 bull run. And you've created this trend line, right? You've had 3 taps right here, right? So it does confirm as a trend. You went ahead, you made a 4th tap on that very recently in February here. And then you can see we broke through it. So this is interesting because it does signal that, hey, Bitcoin could rally against the alts for sure. Now, is this going to last forever? You know, I just don't see Bitcoin really taking off against altcoins for a very long time because that money will get circulated around and everyone in Bitcoin will go hunting for yield elsewhere. So this is what I kind of expect to happen here. If we go ahead and we take a fib, right? Fibs on Bitcoin dominance, I didn't really know if this would, you know, make the most sense, but if you go ahead and take it from the last bull runs we've had, you can see that Bitcoin dominance topped right at the 618 there inside the golden pocket. So if I was just going to take the same thesis and go ahead and pull a fib from this high, you can see that golden pocket is just above us at around 60%, as well as a lot of resistance just on the amount of time we've spent in this range. So I do think this golden pocket will be where Bitcoin dominance tops. So what does that mean for altcoins? What does that mean for Bitcoin here locally? Does that mean that Does that mean the market's going to continue to dump, but Bitcoin will dump less? Or does that mean the market's going to go up, but Bitcoin will go up more? And I think it's the latter. I think Bitcoin's going to go parabolic here. We're going to hit, 90K, 100K, right? It's going to shoot up. And then that's where you'll see distribution start for Bitcoin, and the alt season will finally begin that we've all been waiting for. So yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys what I'm seeing here on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Thought it was kind of interesting. I do expect something like this to go ahead and play out, right? Where we get up to that golden pocket, maybe make some sort of double top, whatever, and then we come back down. Now what happens here would be interesting, right? Do we bounce off this trend and then go parabolic on Bitcoin while the altcoin market falls and the US dollar falls, and then Bitcoin goes up with gold? Who knows, right? Right? But I do expect, this golden pocket is where you're going to be looking to maneuver into your altcoins, or obviously that's just where your altcoins are going to run. So don't be selling now, just hold on. We'll be at altcoin season very, very shortly. And lastly, we'll just head over here to total 3, right? I said I don't want this wick to get broken. I still think if this wick gets broken, that's a bad sign. And thankfully it looks like we're bouncing off the golden pocket here. So I do expect, this level to hold. It all structurally looks really, really good for a continuation to the upside. So yeah, overall very bullish on the charts right now, and nothing to worry about here. Just wanted to bring you this quick video going over everything. Yeah, so make sure to subscribe, join the Discord, the link is in the description down below, and I will see you all in the next video.